This is gonna be close, huh?
Yes, for sure. But before we reach close, we have 57 seconds of vault.
Yep.
So, and here's probably a good time to talk about ABH, the form movement in this game. If you haven't seen it before, basically Valve tried to patch bunny hopping, which is the normal movement you see in a lot of games like this, by giving you a negative speed when you go too fast. The negative speed just translates to backward speed. So if you go forward and then turn around, the game will keep giving you negative speed and you'll get faster and faster going backwards. You're going to see it pretty soon as the portal opens here. You'll see both players immediately start by turning around and jumping. This engine works exactly the way that the devs intended it to, as you'll see throughout the run. The vault is almost over. Lambo not able to get that clipboard in the toilet, unfortunately. See both players hopping here very quickly through the door, grabbing this cube.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock.
Okay, I can actually see stuff. Okay, great.
There you go. Good start for both runners there.
My computer, yeah. Do you say Shizzal or Shizzal? Like, where do you put the emphasis? I never know what to say.
Unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the aperture science weighted storage cube.
I have no idea. I think Shizzal? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
I'm actually missing BSG there. BSG is a trick where you see Shizzle getting there, Shizzle, whatever. You save and load frame perfectly with the radio stuck inside of you. So the game doesn't have a frame where you're exiting the button, so it just keeps holding it down. And it saves about 15 seconds, and it's in the beginning of the run. So it's really unfortunate to not get it in a race such like this.
It's a very big time loss right at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Then here we're in O2, which introduces the portal gun and introduces the biggest glitch in this game, which is save glitch. The simple version of this is that when you save load at the edge of a portal, the game separates your camera and your body. Your camera is what you see, and your body is where you shoot portals from. So you'll see them shoot a portal right on the edge here, and save load. And the camera will be through that portal while the camera stays here, but the body go through the portal. They're going to use that to skip the elevator in O2 to get you to O3 and get right to the end there. And quick portal peeks from both runners there.
Yeah, very nice.
And the save glitch only gets more and more complicated as the run goes on.
Yeah, in these first 11 chambers, or first 10 chambers, depending on how you count, you'll see pretty tame save glitches, such as walking through the door here in O4.
Yep, the collision gets a little wonky with save glitch as well, so you can walk through that door and then do that one more time in O5 coming up.
Yeah, that save glitch is preserved, so...
Yep, you can save the save glitch from O4 to O5 in this elevator here. It does not go away. So as soon as both portals open up, you get back in that save glitch state.
We should also clarify that this game is timed in in-game time, so that's why there's 2 timers.
Yes, that's why Shizzal's is so much behind right now, is because due to BSG button save glitch. This timer, you save loaded a lot, which took this timer a while.
But in real time, they're pretty much in sync.
Yep.
And coming up here is chamber 6 and 7, which is basically just pure movement, no save glitches at all.
The exact same in glitchless as well, other than ABH, obviously. It's pretty easy on 06. 07, this fling isn't too hard, but it's a little bit precise to get the shot you're about to see.
Yeah, if you shoot too high, you hit the ceiling. If you shoot too low, you won't make it.
Yep, be a little weird. But I expect these runners probably won't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Lambo's good. And Shizzal's good.
Yeah. Did you explain AFH, by the way?
I did not.
Okay. So AFH is basically the forwards version of accelerated backhopping. If you hold or tap S while you're going forward, The game still thinks you're going backwards because you're pressing S. Oh no! Whoa! LamboLord gets ABH over Go.
Lambo's doing that on stream earlier.
That's the hardest trick in this game, and that runners go for.
Yeah, he's one of the best ABH over Go from what I've seen at least. With fairly perfect ABHs there, you can get just enough speed to go on that platform and right to the very end. Saves a small amount of time, and it's very cool. So
yeah, you'll see them shooting under the door here. If you shoot it at a slight angle, or so that it's not in the middle of the door, you can actually go through it.
Yeah, the door is supposed to fizzle your portal if it closes, but it only does that if it's directly center, pretty much.
And here, similar to ABH over Goo, we have a trick in 10 here called Door Launch, which is about a 2% success rate, and he gets half of it.
He's so close.
Yeah, you have to make it all the way up.
If you get tick perfect hops and then turn at the exact right time, you can launch yourself up like that and get not hitting the camera, but instead going onto the platform with the door.
Yeah, it saves about 7 seconds.
If you get the fast one, yeah. We've only seen a small handful in the tournament the entire time so far, so.
Yeah.
Then we're going for a quick AFH here, 2 hops to get across. I'm going to be setting up for this save glitch. One of the newer strats found since the tournament started. The old save glitch here is a little bit slower, but this one involves just standing still, which makes it faster.
Look at that, super smooth from Lambo.
Yes.
She's still struggling here.
Yeah, having big trouble. This AVH can be a little wonky sometimes.
Yeah.
Goes for an AVH instead. Then we're going for the shortest save glitch in the game here. Actually, probably not, because 4-5, but a very short save glitch here, and 13.
Only 3 portals.
Yep, 3 portals last like 2 seconds.
Yeah, save glitch really breaks this game a lot, and it can be kind of hard to understand for a new watcher. But here we have 14, which doesn't use save glitch, because that's the entire chamber.
Yep. It is that short. There is an actually faster way to do that using a reportal, which is actually not used in, other than that one section isn't used in inbounds.
She's still mucking up the last part of that.
Falling out of bounds there, yeah. I had a lot of trouble with this 13 save glitch, it seems like.
We see Lambo here going for 15. Look at his smooth movement on 15. That was discovered by him and a few others as well, but he was a major innovator.
Lambo opting to load a save instead of just shooting the portals again. I don't know if that's faster, I don't think it is, but it does get it the second time. Yeah, Lambo is a very prominent router for save glitches, especially in this game.
Oh, yes.
A lot of the save glitch routes are by him or modified by him.
Yeah. And this tournament has really sparked the community to find new stuff as well. So here in 16, we're gonna try to preserve a turret until the next chamber. This turret is actually called Cube, and the button in the next chamber is it just checks for an object called Cube. So these turrets can be used with that button.
Yeah, because these turrets are meant to activate the buttons in 16, not the one in 17. So it's very convenient. This is one of the single, if not the single hardest trick in the game.
It's a single trick. It's a trick that is like you have to get a good time.
Yes, and it is not easy to do. Lambo not happy with that performance there.
Yeah, and I totally understand him. It's very hard to do. And here you also have to do a really hard strafe. Gets it first try though.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's gonna go for BSG here. Yep. Another frame perfect save load there. He does get it first try. Saves a bit of time instead of having to go back to the button. It's a very good 17 from Lambo.
Oh yes. Let's see. This elevator starts 8:49 in 17, so let's...
I was going for the slightly faster 16, where you don't put the turret in the elevator, you should portal it into the elevator. Saves a very small amount of time.
I think he saved the glitch too early. Or too late, I mean.
Too late, yeah, I don't know. You can barely make it there. That was a good movement to save that one.
Yeah. I think a lot of people overcomplicate that elevator a bit. I don't know if you saw the video Finzi uploaded.
Yeah, I did.
Like, okay, so people has been doing that with like two portal shots and just like ABHing into the elevator. but you can just skip that. And Shizzal actually...
Just turret did not.
Huh, that's unfortunate.
Maybe the turret to make it under the elevator. I guess I didn't see.
That's unfortunate.
Using the cube, having to do the old 17 without the skip.
Yeah.
So he lost time in 16 by doing the turret preserve, but then didn't even save the time in 17.
And gets... Oob? Huh?
Yeah, I guess. So Lambo there, you just saw him just shoot a portal and get teleported. That's called lag, or LAG, large angle glitch. Basically, when you has to do with the slanted portal, and when you're standing up in it, you get stuck, and the game puts you somewhere else. It's like a wrong warp in this game.
Yeah, it's basically a wrong warp.
I
feel so bad for Shizzal here.
Yeah. Now we're going for the newest route in the game, I'm pretty sure. This EOO save glitch.
Yeah. He also was a vital part of finding this strat.
Yes. Pretty clean.
Yeah, a lot of people were just bashing their heads against the wall here in EOO trying to find some save glitch, and he just kind of came through and made that along with Martin.
Yeah, the hard thing about save glitches in this game is a lot of times the stuff that'll work, but it ends up shooting portals out of bounds, which is not allowed.
Yeah, luckily we have a plugin from a guy called Yuxpa who made... you can actually see where you shoot portals from with a plugin. It's which is really nice if you're renting. Yeah. 10:41.
Your Lambo definitely not on a horrible run.
No, this I hope for a sub 11:30. I don't know if it's possible because I don't really know how long the Gladys fight is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It'll be close. He does get first try both AAGs there.
Yeah.
AG very similar to LAG. It's the same thing but with an acute angle.
Yeah, it's the opposite basically. What's happening? Oh.
Lambo just not getting shot by, or the GLaDOS not getting shot by the turret actually.
Yeah.
That
turret is technically RNG. Like it hits most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't, and you can't really do anything about it.
Lambo in chat is not happy about that run.
No swearing on my Christian stream here.
Not a sub 11:30. If that turret was not. The turret was friendlier. It would have been, but it was not.
Yeah.
She's all loading the EO1 here.
Yeah.
Also, shoutouts to both their portal guns.
Yeah, really nice portal skins.
There's a lot of customization you can do with some of the art in this game.
Yeah. I just play with it off because I fucked up my textures. So you see if you look at Lambo's gun, the little blue thing, it's just a missing texture from you, so that's why I play without.
I remember seeing that in the Discord.
Yeah.
She's not having a bit of trouble with the save glitch here.
Yeah, this save glitch.
It's not the easiest save glitch. It is one of the hardest to run for sure.
Yeah. The portal can actually bump you back a little bit if you save in the wrong spot, and it can just push you out of bounds, which is unfortunate. So you kind of have to set it up again.
This is an inbounds category. Although every time you're out of bounds in this category, it's almost always a bad thing anyways, so.
Yeah, if you go out of bounds and benefit from it, you have to reload. If you go out of bounds by mistake, like sometimes your camera can just pop out of bounds in chambers like 14. But it's just your camera and you're not shooting any portals, so it's fine.
You're like pretty sure if you quantum crouch, you can in 10.
Yeah. Quantum crouch is a thing. We don't really use it in an inbounds run, but it's displacing your camera in the same way save glitch is, but it's just you're technically crouching, but your camera is as if you were standing. It's used a lot in Half-Life 2, which is also what Portal is based on. So that's why there's a lot of similarity between those games. Seeing the long EO1 save glitch here from Shizzal. Not finding the last two shots. Those are or last three. Even. Yeah,
those shots are the ones. A lot of times you can get all the shots leading up to it, but if one of those is wrong, you can just miss these last three.
Yeah, there are like I go for the 2 method. I think a lot of people do that in the lower ranks because it's so much easier and you very rarely muck it up. But there's a 3-way of doing it, and then you go immediately into the level load. But if one of them miss, you have to restart the whole thing.
So Shizzal here going for this AAG.
Yeah, I think he
does get it.
Oh, okay.
Just barely.
I was worried about it. Yeah, definitely.
And that turret was a lot happier. It wants this run to finish. So what this is here is you're seeing him set up an edge glitch, which is like if you save glitch without saving, you can still displace your camera or displace your body, which is used in Legacy.
Yeah.
Which is
we should
Legacy is inbounds but without save glitch basically.
Yeah, you know, like glitches that are related to movement are allowed, but no glitches involving saving and loading are allowed. It's if you're thinking about running this game, that's my recommendation to start. We have a great community here of Portal speedrunners, and we have a Discord server. We have a Google document with up-to-date tutorials. So if you're curious about starting to speedrun this game, just feel free to join our Discord.
Okay, we're getting right into game 2. Both runners ready to just get this next game started. The button will click. There we go. Did not want to click. But we should be off pretty soon. And we could hopefully see a cleaner run from both runners. Neither runner seemed very happy with their run, especially Shizzal.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of nerves in this kind of game where it's such high stakes.
And this game is very easy to mess up on, and a mess up can cost a lot of time. Especially if you don't save load.
Yeah, you can't really save and load in the middle of most save glitches. You can in some states, and I don't know exactly how it works. But...
Yeah, I don't even... Lambo is the one who might.
Yeah.
Lambo knows a lot about this game. Got the lamp stuck.
Yeah. If you look ahead at the tournament, the winner of this game will play the winner of Forks and Knives versus me, and the loser will play, let's see here, will play against the winner of Oreo versus Valvin.
Yes, Lambo is on the bottom half of this winner side bracket. Well, so there's two different halves of the bracket, and I think most people have Lambo making it out on the bottom side.
Yeah, Lambo has been predicted to win a lot.
The top half of the bracket's a lot more varied from what I've seen in predictions. Very interesting to see. But anything can happen. This is Portal. You can always make mistakes, and it costs the run.
Yeah, if you look at the predictions on our challenge site, a lot of there's a lot of LamboLord predictions to win.
Yes. According to challenge, 100% of people who predicted this matchup predicted Lambo winning.
Wait, really? I have a spreadsheet for that. That feels a bit sketchy.
Let's look at the challenge. The 75% of people predicted this matchup, and 100% predicted Lambo out of those.
Let's see here. From what I can see... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's because... never mind.
Yeah, even though the predictions say that, it could still... anything can happen.
Yeah, of course.
You're doing very well.
A lot of waiting here for GLaDOS. Very exciting stuff. I don't remember... I don't think I saw last game. Lambo was going for the peak skip. For this, where you shoot up instead of down for the save glitch.
Oh yeah.
He's doing that in his attempts beforehand. I don't know if he's going for that now. Although he's having a little bit of trouble. A lot of trouble setting up that save glitch portal. That's good though. Yep, he's going for that there. He missed it this time. It saves one portal peak, which is a little bit of time. There you go. You see how he only had to shoot a couple portals there. You're going to see Shizzal do it, and he has to shoot 3 after the save glitch. Small optimization, that upshot is a little bit harder. A good amount harder, I think.
Definitely.
But it does save time, so
yeah.
Lambo's pretty good at it, so if you can
depending
do it,
on the angle you look at, it's it gets like if you have to shoot 4 portals if you look straight ahead, and you have to shoot 3 if you look down, and 2 if you look up.
Also worth noting, Lambo has his own 04 strat that I think he's like the only one who does.
Yeah, I tried that and couldn't do it. So
it's called Lambo 04, and it's like saves what, like a quarter of a second, something like that. But you know, it is cool.
Lambo Ford. Trying to get that 04 in there, but sounds like he's sponsored by a car manufacturer.
Should be.
Yeah.
You get picked up by an esports team that has Lamborghinis as one of their sponsors.
No, I was thinking Lambo Ford, like Lamborghini and Ford.
Lambo and Ford, it's a fusion.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Lambo having no problems there with 06 again. Very easy stuff for now. The hard stuff is mostly at the end of the run, which is great for trying to do actual PB attempts because all the hard stuff's right at the end.
Yeah.
There's a lot of resets in 01 for button to save glitch, but other than that.
Yeah, you very rarely see people continue the runs if they don't get BSG because it's only like 20 seconds to get to that point.
Barely,
maybe.
yeah.
If you use Vault Save. We should probably explain what Vault Save is also, because we have a save setup that loads the game at 53 seconds into that 57 seconds of waiting. So, oh my god, he gets ABH over Go again.
Lambo's very consistent at it.
Yeah.
Lambo's movement's really good in this game. Like the movement in this game doesn't look super skillful necessarily, like you're just turning around and jumping, and it looks like everyone's pretty similar at it. There's definitely skill to doing stuff, especially like ABH over Goo.
Oh yes.
It has to be that precise and perfect. Lambo missing that shot and just shooting up a little early. That's very unfortunate. He does be just a little more careful that time, does not shoot early.
Yeah. He also ABHs into the elevator. He fails it there.
Not happy.
Yeah. You can ABH into that elevator just as it opens, and you'll save like a really small amount of time, like a 1/10 of a second if you get it.
Yeah. That's one of the things that a lot of players who spent as much time as he has in this game can get it pretty consistently just out of doing it so many times. Not every time, because you can't see where you're going, makes it harder, but...
Yeah. You see that he accidentally peeked out of bounds, but that's fine, because he didn't gain anything from it.
But it does look kind of funny.
Yeah,
that 1/10 is also really strange, because it looks so easy to be just intended, because it's a simple double fling, but... You don't even hold any buttons, you just literally walk through the portal.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to the developer commentary, you'll see a lot of, like, they didn't fix, in 14, that's really easy to do in this category. And in all
there's an easier version of 14 that the devs definitely knew about.
Yeah.
Which is cool they left it in.
Yeah, and they talked about that a lot in the developer commentary, that if something takes more skill, they didn't want to remove that.
Which is a good mindset, I think.
Yeah. I really appreciate game devs who care about speedrun communities.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a mod for Portal 2, which is called Portal Stars Mel, which has these cutscenes in the beginning where you can just press some really incredibly precise buttons, like invisible buttons in the levels, just skip them.
Designed for speedrunners to be able to speedrun the game and not have to sit through cutscenes every time.
Yeah.
Also, Lambo had a bit of trouble with that 13 again, and then a bit of trouble with 14.
Yeah. These portals didn't open in time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely not the cleanest 13-14 there. So that makes that a 13 though. Catching up a little bit. There's also, it's important to note the in-game time on Shizzal is much lower than Lambo's.
Yeah, Shizzal's on a pretty good pace. I think he's like +7 maybe.
Something like that, which is pretty good for a tournament.
Yeah.
Lambo's so fast, never mind. I thought he's so fast at 15, but then he missed a couple shots, but still pretty fast at 15 here.
Oh yes, yes.
And that ending is just so clean.
Yeah. I've been talking about this a lot of the games I commentate, but the key to getting these chambers fast is not just doing the correct strats, it's doing them as one solid fluid, like one fluid motion and not a series of actions. And if you look at Lambo, his movements are so fluid.
Shizzal having not a great time with this save glitch here. She's actually going for the older save glitch. That's the one. It's the not early save glitch for 15.
Yeah, this is a very old
early save glitch safe.
Good question. I want to say like 5 seconds, but I'm not sure.
That's just like 5 or less, I think. And that's like if done really quickly. So not the biggest deal, but when you're behind, it's definitely that time loss is noticeable. And Lambo does get turret reserve, it looks like, so we're going to see 17 skip here. Very good strafe.
Yeah, Lambo has such good movement. Yeah. They're not the movement in this game is really hard to master.
First try BSG both games.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That is frame perfect, so. Let's see if Shizzal can get turret preserve this time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's see him shoot under the turret. Does make it under.
Yeah, nice.
A lot better than last one.
Yeah, that turret can sometimes just kind of land in the elevator sometimes, and
yeah, it can pop up through the floor, which is not fun. It wants to join you. Yeah, he's all falling out of bounds there during that. Getting that strafe in time to shoot the next portal is not very easy to do.
Yeah, and this is what it looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like when you aren't as good as Lambo is, because that jump is really hard. Lambo makes it look so easy. That's
the part that makes turret reserve so hard. It's just the whole thing you have to do.
Yeah, there are some runners here who definitely have better movement than others. I want to say Lambo and Blizzaki, but he doesn't run anymore, fortunately.
Yeah. Lambo going for the first flag. It was Loch Ness Monster due to coming out of the goo. Pretty good name.
Yeah, I'm still sad about us skipping the let's see, turret flippy swingy, no, turret flippy skippy flingy swingy thingy something. It's the best name strat in the world that we.
I bet Gotta Go in chat's gonna say it.
Okay, do it.
Lambo going for this save glitch here. Lining up this last part. If you don't shoot those portals fast enough and correctly, then you just fall out of bounds. Or that can happen too. Apparently, you fall off the beam. Lambo falling out of bounds here. That is one of the hardest parts of the save glitch, if not the hardest part. Is getting those last 3 shots. Does get it this time though. Losing a lot of time to that save glitch though, not what you want to see. But it still have a pretty solid lead.
Yeah, Lambo shoots that. He shoots the before you fall. The last portal you shoot before that. He shoots that lower than everyone else, so he has a less of a time window to shoot those, but it's a little bit faster.
Lambo wasn't sure if he made that shot, I think, the 3rd shot, but does get it. He gets it right into the load zone.
Super good E1 here.
So we saw first try AG from both runners, but not this time. Messing that up.
First try lag though from Shizzal.
Yeah. The tricks are fairly precise and take a lot of practice, and even still runners mess them up fairly regularly.
Lucky's and Calamity wrote the name of the trick.
Yep.
In the chat.
It's a good name. Lambo getting this core, no problem. A lot better with the turret.
Still a very good run here from Lambo though.
Yes.
What is the record time in this tournament so far?
11:02, I think. I think Sushi got 11:02.
Yeah. 11:15. That's definitely nothing to be.
A very good time. That is a 6th place on leaderboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 6th place in inbounds. So.
Yeah, so that's a win for LamboLord. Let's see if Shizzal can improve. I think
Lambo going in the cake room too.
Yeah, which is unfortunately there is a way to do it inbounds. I think, if I remember correctly.
Is there?
I think Yoxpa said something about that in a video of this. I might be misremembering.
It is out of bounds, but it is after time ends, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that is a 2-0 from Lambo. I'm gonna give him the commentary link also, so he doesn't have it. Copy link. Shizzal just finishing up the run. And there's Lambo.
Hello, commentators.
Hello.
Hello, runner. Congrats on the win.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Super good runs.
You seemed very unhappy with that first run, especially.
And this run, dude. They both felt really bad. I was honestly surprised that was an 11:15 on this run.
11:15 is a pretty good run, especially for a tournament.
Yeah, I think the major time. Hey, by the way, I think the major time losses you have were in one chamber, and the other chambers were done so fast that you made up for that last time.
Maybe. GG Shizzal.
G.
GG Shizzal. So
It was
like,
pretty obvious. I didn't enjoy how I played that first game, but I kept my head up and I got a decent run in there. So
Yeah.
it's
Shame
like
about that 17.
Was it
that
what 5 seconds off your PB?
it was like, well, I actually got an 11:20 yesterday.
Major time. Hi, by the way.
So
I
this
think the
is 8
major time
seconds
losses
off
you
my
have
PB.
were in one chamber,
The thing that
and like
happened in
the other
17 is
chambers
I
were
think
done
I-
so fast that you made up for that.
I was
last
pretty
time.
sure I missed the turret, so
Yeah.
I just went for the 17.
GG
And
Shizzal.
then I had no idea that I'd fall oob
GG
if I
Shizzal.
placed the portal.
So
But then it
like,
all went downhill from there.
yeah, it was very unfortunate.
Shame
to see
about
it
that
flop there.
17.
Was
Hopefully
it
it was
5 seconds off your PB?
humorous. Hopefully there was some sort of entertainment out of that.
Yeah, it
Hopefully.
was.
You know, if
I mean,
anyone deserved to win this, it was Lambo. So
So we're going to see Lambo, like Olivia said, we're going to be seeing Lambo move on to play the winner of Olivia and Forks and Knives. And then Shizzal moving down to the loser side, playing the winner of Oreo Double Stuff and Dalvin.
Yes.
So that will be, both matches will be was fun very to look forward unfortunate to. to see.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game. Like even the losers bracket here, it may not like sound very glorious. Like losers bracket sounds boring, but we have some great matches in the losers bracket as well.
There's some good players already in losers bracket who definitely make a tear through.
Mhm.
And it's losers bracket, which means they can come back into winners and grand finals if they play well.
Kind of Monka-S about my next run or my next race.
It will be very exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah.
But
like, I assume Forks is gonna win over me. So Forks versus Lambo, that's gonna be a great game. Keep mark that one in your calendars.
I don't know. I think you'll pull out the upset.
Oof. I appreciate that, but
good luck anyway.
You had a pretty good win over Philo. That was a very close race.
Oh, thank you.
that was a very good match.
Yeah.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
So that's it with these runners. There's other stuff on Speed Gaming all the time, including Zelda 1 randomizer that just started on Speed Gaming main. Speed Gaming 3, we have DKC All Stages Tournament. And if it isn't finished yet, we have Link to the Past Fall randomizer on Speed Gaming 4. So a lot of fun stuff all the time here. Be sure to check out Speed Gaming. They're awesome for hosting this tournament. Giving us a place to play Portal really quickly. At least that's our goal.
Yeah, we have some matches coming up later as well. No more matches today, but we have at 4 and 5 p.m. EDT tomorrow. We have, me versus Forks, and we have CRISPR versus MSushi.
Yep, and also these races need commentators, so if you're a Portal runner, sign up for commentary. Commentary is fun. But thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks to the runners for providing us with entertaining runs.
Congrats again.
And thanks to you guys for coming.
Nice job, Lambo.
No worries.
Good luck in the losers bracket, Shizzal.
Thank you.
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time.